Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to Week 8.5 in the Maelstrom. That's right, folks. We couldn't finish the card on our previous session, so instead we're going to be finishing off today's card and having a couple additional matches just for the hell of it. But, that being said, I think it's about time that we go ahead and get right to the action. Oh, we have some confused people in our microphone free chat.
I mean, some people might not be able to join.
Good luck with that, Alpha.
I mean, aren't towers the natural habitat of big monkeys?
Usually trees are the natural habitat of monkeys.
I mean, depends on how big we're talking. If it's a gorilla or bigger, I don't think a tree will usually support them. Side note.
Who the hell is Goldberg, and why do they have a dressing room in our locker room?
There was a mix-up with the Great Gold one and the nameplates we had available. That said, Cooper did an absolutely wonderful job with the texture on Vic. And I say that to show him mostly because his mic is muted right now and he can't defend himself.
Vix is Robot or Sandman, right?
Robot. V6 belongs to El Robot. The other V1 does belong to Sandman. I can't remember his name for the life of me because it's a hell of a name.
Ah, right. The Artificer.
Yes. The Artificer with white dreadlocks. So, is it dreadlocks or is it dreadhawk? I can never remember.
That's because he was only here on the last show. He's one of the newer additions to the roster.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people that want into the game, but they just don't have characters yet. Their characters aren't built yet.
Yeah.
They're being either worked on by workshoppers, or they're already made, and I just have to reach out and grab the character from the workshopper.
We have, what, 4 workshoppers available, and only 2 of them are currently creating characters?
Something like that.
Yeah, I know. Which, time is tight, so it's understandable that it's taken a hot second. I have logistical issues with that instrument, Bob. You got KM for Trinity, yes?
Let me check. Negative.
I mean, that statue is contextual. That was great. That looked like the Styles took one look at Vic, went no, and then Vic's grabbed him.
I love having a Maelstrom day.
Oh, Maelstrom's cool.
I missed having Maelstrom on Sundays.
Evening all.
Howdy.
Hang on a second, I need to get with that Ramsey because they made a mistake in how they said something. And we have black. Wait, wrong show.
The important thing is that we're having fun.
Oh yeah, no. Also, KM, don't worry, I didn't AO that. I I never said it was better. I'm just saying it was different. I need to get the bits and pieces off of a certain someone so that I can sit there and help people make the more painted characters without having to use the Godot's mask.
Uh-oh. That move is dangerous.
Zombie, since we have you here, what type of wrestler is Osiris?
Here, I gotta... Say that one more time, Kaya.
Yeah, no worries. What type of wrestler is Osiris?
I kind of just consider him like an all-around, like, striker.
Fair enough.
He can do a little bit of everything. Like that.
Yeah.
Shit, vertical suplex figure forward the leg down into a neck breaker. What the fuck?
I mean, it's impressive that that's in the game. And your winner, Osiris.
And I break a... What is it, like a 4-match losing streak or something like that. Which makes me happy.
Oh. That is a hell of a pair of mutton chops on Osiris as well.
Like I had to think about it, and it was like, all right, he's a warlock sorcerer, and he typically is a ranged combatant. So what moves could I have him do that simplify that? Since there isn't really a whole lot of like ranged attacks other than high flying moves, which he's not really built for.
This game is calling to me. This game is calling to me.
I heard that, Bob.
Killer clowns from outer space.
Clowns. The
I
clowns
mean, it's
are
like...
calling.
Look at the clown.
I mean, so the new girl in the MNW Discord was like, somebody mentioned Italian Patriot, and she's like, I don't know what that song is, and we're like, oh, don't worry, it's associated with clowns. Everybody in this Discord is traumatized by it. And she was like, no, I want to see this. And I'm like, yeah, there's a clip from a couple of Multivanias ago, probably somewhere on either Bossberg Calivan's Twitch channel.
The last couple of Multivanias is on the MNW channel.
I don't know, like, I always get this strange smile and pleasure of, like, new people coming into MNW and them discovering the clowns for the first time.
I believe that's classified under statism. Speaking of, we have a shill JC in the chat. JC is a wonderful being, and he is in fact one of the White Realm DMs for the Maelstrom. He also does voice work and regular art if you still have the coin for Khajiit. This is going to be a bit of whiplash. There it is.
It's funny, I'm playing a Daxi in a Curse of Strahd game coming up. By a Tabaxi artificer specifically.
Oh, good. I played one of those last night.
I've been banned from playing artificers in any campaign that has Bob in it.
Not necessarily banned, it's just you have to be regulated heavily. I gave you an inch, and you took a cannon that came out of a pouch.
To be fair, that was rules as written.
I can just feel the new joke of the Maelstrom being, oh, I'm playing an artificer. Look, I put a cannon in a pouch. Darvin did it.
Why do you think he had that name, Squinto? Cam, you may want to start the count, by the way. I believe we're already at 2, working on 3. Also, considering all the restrictions in 2K, I'm surprised that skirt wasn't gender locked.
You'd be surprised.
You're correct.
Not a whole lot of things are gender locked, but by God, you cannot have those pants with those glasses. I swear to God.
Oh, that was an absolute thing when we were making it, because I think we went over like 8 or 9 things going, why is that exclusive?
That hair and those shoes do not match, boo-boo. Not gonna work.
Nope, you can't have a mohawk with them shoes.
That is absolutely crungo.
Fucking 2K fashion police. But yet they let Mr. Touchums exist.
Mr. Touchums exists not through the will of 2K, but from the ire and hatred of the Murder Cave. No, no, that's Mr. Bootums. No, that's Mr. Crashums.
You can just go through all the clowns for that, Bob. The clowns exist due to sheer spite from the Murder Cave. Is that 3 or 4?
If you want the creature of pure spite and hatred from the Murder Cave, Nargul.
Nargul is pure sadistic glee. What are you talking about?
I figured it'd be, what was her name?
Wasn't Nargul like the character created with like the intention of showcasing like every single piece of knowledge you guys had about the game?
Yes.
In character.
I thought Henrietta Hare was.
Henrietta Hare was a grisly shitpost.
Henrietta, the Invisible Man, Godzilla.
The
Baggy.
Grumps.
Did you know that back in the early days of M&W, the Murder Cave was a thing, and we were working together, and a group saw us, got a little bit envious of us because of what we were doing, and formed their own group to try to compete against us in terms of making heresy shit.
I do remember you saying something about that. I believe that they eventually fell apart because the person who founded it was just an absolute, we won't get into words.
I believe they called themselves Team Chimera. And as soon as we found out what they were doing, we actually went and made them like a. You know how fusion characters in DBZ have that fusion vest?
Yeah.
We actually made a vest for their character, and then handed it off to them.
Beautiful. Half German, I think that was. Well, I'm trying to learn my suplexes because of one fucking promotion.
Did you know that there was a move in 2K19 that will give you 40% of your finisher charge rate in one performing of it?
But what?
Was it the last shot?
No.
Because I know you guys use that move a lot back then.
The last shot is a corner move, right?
No, it's a standing move.
Which one is it?
It's Adam Cole's finisher. It's the it's like a running knee / shin strike.
That sounds like the move that Grizzly likes to use.
Yeah, I think it is his move.
Yeah, that one was selected just because it does so much damage.
I mean, I'm sure you guys have a list somewhere of like the top 10 highest dealing damage moves in the game.
We have a list of every move in the game and how much damage it does.
Oh, there's a
Poison.
Wheelbarrow Stunner? No. Wheelbarrow Stunner was on the list because it could interrupt anything.
It makes me think of it's like the I think it's the springboard Hurricane Runner or something like that like always hits. It was a move that it was actually a move that I think the 22 AI liked to spam a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the head scissors Hurricane Rana does that a lot, where it's the one where somebody puts their ankles around somebody's head and they just spin around until it hits.
And of course with the advent of, I think it was a problem in 19 also, but I think 22 made it worse. The advent of the wrist clutch assault now being a banned move.
Oh yeah, because it just takes so damn long.
That and the AI likes to spam it.
One, it takes so long. Two, it's the only move in that particular territory that does head damage, so everybody picks it. And three, it's a common move.
I know, I had it on a character, like, funnily enough, the character was a heal, so it made sense that they would do this, but like AI literally spent like two minutes just spamming the move over and over again.
Can I just bring very quick attention to the mess that was that last pen attempt? Because it was broken up by Aura, it was a rope break, and it was broken up by Franz in that order.
Good old 2K.
Aura broke up his partner's pin attempt.
Which is funny because people probably have heard by now that Take-Two now owns the rights to making the FIFA soccer games.
El Beardo
So now-
X, thank you for the follow.
So now soccer players can enjoy in the tournament that is 2K.
Good.
Beautiful.
Which, I mean, they've already had to experience pain. Their game was made by EA.
Yeah. Us football fans eagerly await the day in our lifetime when EA's exclusivity deal is met with the NFL runs out.
Excuse me, pardon
But
me.
it's probably not happening anytime soon because at least look at the state of EA.
As long as college football 25 is good, I don't care.
Hello,
That is my stance.
from what I've seen, it's basically just a copy paste from Madden's gameplay.
Not really.
At least from what I've heard. I haven't looked into it in depth. But I wouldn't. It is EA, so I wouldn't surprise me if they did just copy paste everything from Madden over to the game.
And we have blood. All the full-blooded bastards are bleeding. And oh, wait, no, can't say that. Rans is technically cold-blooded.
I mean, let's face it. EA copy pastes the same sports game every year, with minor improvements.
They do, but college football's been getting worked on for quite a bit. A whole lot longer than normal Madden cycles.
I miss the days of Madden that had an actual real creation suite and not shit that we have nowadays. That's why I loved watching Bosco play Blitz the League 2 all those months back, because it was actually had a good like creation system.
Mm-hmm.
And not because I was an MVP on defense.
Oh my god. My god, friends got out of the way.
Did Pro-K die again?
He might have.
I mean, Yig was beating on him pretty hard on the outside.
There he is. Do something. Not run away.
Yig came into the ring. The frog said, fuck that.
I never see a vampire flash step. You just did. I'm gonna jump halfway across the ring for a hot tag. Let's go.
Excuse me, sir. I would like to borrow your kneecaps. Thank you. Oh look, it's an alternate tag team. Frog and Tang.
Oh shit.
Okay, trying to pull Yig. We've noticed Yig is really bad for going after the not legal man. I have good news, KM.
Don't worry, Howler is just yelling obscenities.
There we go, Bob. I think I have one of the extra matches.
Uh-huh.
Howler versus either Yig or friends.
Howler versus the ref.
Perfect. Even better. Sir. I see Aura's still dead.
I see the horn over there.
Yeah. I mean, he's not AI dead. He's just dead. Getting hit with frog bottom.
Do you smell what the frog is cooking?
I hope not. What? She's poisonous.
I'm sure it's fine. That cannot be hygienic. Especially with a poison arrow frog.
Apparently that one is Kindred's Kiss.
Spicy.
Ref is dead.
I know we talk a lot about the M&W refs, but what about the Maelstrom refs? Do they also regenerate?
Well, one was a zombie last season.
He was not a zombie.
We have a cult that goes by the profession name Resurrectionist on staff.
He was not a zombie. He just spent a little bit of time in Netherward, and he didn't get his vaccinations, and, you know, he just didn't get checked up when he came back.
Ah, he caught the COVID.
Well, I don't remember his name. Wasn't it like Frank or Ted or something?
Ken.
Ken, that's right.
Yeah, his wife wouldn't let him take a sick day off from work. Big knee.
Really, we've had enough of that this show so far. Give us more.
I think about the history of MW and all the refs we've had.
Didn't we just murder the old refs again for the new update?
Good old legs.
Apparently, legs just got regenerated into a new body.
Beautiful. Laura, what are you doing? Ah. Right, wasn't the Maelstrom ref originally Ken?
Correct.
Oh, that looks like a setup.
Or is running wild, brother.
Two for two. Well, that looked like a reversal. That was a reversal.
I figured third time was the charm with that one.
Well, it was canceled by the hot tag. And we have blood. Now all the cold-blooded individuals in the match are bleeding. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Ocarina of Swab. Which, hilariously, that should have been a rope break. Brian's had an arm underneath the rope.
Like a certain entity's doing favors for Aura.
And now, we have Block A and Block B.
Beautiful.
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you.
Which, if I have a quick look at the everything. Tag team entries, Rockvar and Aura are both Chaos. Alexander and Denny are both balanced. Teriel is on order, yes?
Yes.
And Cooper Colombo and Hilbo Taggins, I think, are both on balance.
I saw that.
You saw what now? I know I saw Grim flash for a second while I was looking for. Ah, that looks like murder.
Do it.
He's back.
One night only, Dr. Grimm and the Maelstrom.
As of now, all these matches are non-canon. Why is the Doctor on the Maelstrom show? Because I had to have a champion in order to make the universe mode.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed a random wrestler that I had. I grabbed a random belt, and I just stuck it on that person until we can debut the belts.
Oh yeah, no, Cam, that was a good match. Thank you, Lady Count Grim Bay Queen, for the tier 1 gift sub to Dr. Grimm.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated, Catherine. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself first and foremost, though.
Someone is about to be redeemed.
I mean, it's Ash versus Solomon. I have money on Ash for some reason.
Ash is a build that, I think I've done a really good job. You put him against Ash, they lose in like 60 seconds, and you feel bad about what you've done.
Words of Eddie Kingston, redeem these nuts.
And yes, that happened many times when I was learning how to mess with the AI for this game.
So we have the Battle Bards, and we have the Ocarina of Frog securing 2 of the spots in the finals.
How many more tag teams do we got?
2 submitted right now, to my knowledge.
We have Block C left, but who knows who's in Block C? Depends on how many tag teams are submitted. If I can make them properly, and if they follow the procedure to tell me what music goes where. I sure hope it gave Ash his second attire on this. Ash is a dangerous character.
Oh, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
As I said in, episode 2, I think it was? Ash is one of the characters that I immediately went for testing against this one. Gingy did a real good job with moves with that. And I believe JC made the design for Ash.
And he's dead immediately.
Beautiful.
Nope, we got the first attire today.
Ah, okay. I would love to do a scene with Gingy and Ash, but I think due to the personality nature of both Ash and Yig, there would be no talking going on in it.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I've had like 10 different scenes where Yig has not said a word to the other person, but a lot has been said.
Also, Kayeth, how do you feel now that Gertrude has Mumbahi?
I look forward to the absolute fuckery that is an NPC just pulling out one of 30 lines of Mabahi.
They did
Which I don't know.
already.
I don't know if you noticed, Bob, but Yig specifically broke up what he was saying the second he realized Gertrude was in an egg.
Mm-hmm.
hydrated today?
Yes.
Beautiful.
I just thought of an NPC.
Yeah.
They're an artificer alchemist, but instead of making potions, they're just a bartender.
Yeah.
That interesting.
I've played that character. It is fun to play profession-centric characters. Especially if you have knowledge of that profession.
Well, on my Saturday games, I'm playing an artificer tabaxi, who is a chef.
Have I ever told you of Ick and Tinker?
Not sure.
Ick and Tinker is a locksmith tinsmith from one campaign whose hobby was baking food.
Huh.
And his hobby of baking food would always make magical food. Ick and Tinker is where the sponge cake comes from.
I want to eventually be able to make more magical food. Right now, the strongest that I can do is imbue spells into candy.
Oh yeah.
I
People go see God.
No, not yet. I haven't gotten that far. I want to eventually, but I am using that particular playbook for my Saturday character. But I eventually want to make food monsters, like a mac and cheese ooze, or a mayonnaise ooze.
Artificer battlesmith chef, and they just be grandma stuff'em from Codename Kids Next Door.
Mm-hmm.
Make slamwich.
I think that you'd like what my class is. It's the Murder Cave Artificer.
Beautiful. I still want to have a look at that at some point in time. I would never play it on principle, but I would love to have a look at it.
It's all about chaos and heresy.
I am legally not allowed to have any access to it to play it, but I would still like to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not very often I see Ash try to pin someone.
Well, it's not a canon match.
Fair.
Now this is normally when Ash pins somebody, hits a finish.
You know what I'm curious
what's up,
about?
Shahalem? What's up? What's that, Rosa?
I'm curious about if there is like a race, or if someone has made like customized the sort of class system where you can make belief be, you know, sort of your weapon, kind of like be very 40k orc, where belief can, you know, is a weapon that you can use.
That is just the 3.5 player. If you believe in something hard enough, some god will go, heh, that's hilarious, and give you the ability to make that your entire shtick.
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
I have no experience with 3.5, so I don't know about that.
Technically, that's just 5e paladin. Because paladin magic doesn't come from no god, it just comes from the belief of something like conquest or order or whatever vow you've taken.
Okay, I actually kind of like that. I didn't know that was a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Ash Nizig.
For those that don't know, in the chat, Shahalem Froggy's mom is in the chat. Shahalem is the mind behind and the creator of Mr. Touchums.
Beautiful. Shahalem, I owe you one nice, tall, frosty glass of hot dog water.
So for those that don't know, is Mr. Touchums got his start as a villain character, and I believe Champions Online or City of Heroes, one of those games, as the villain character to Shahalem's super character. And thus, Arkoff took it and ran with it.
Champions Online.
And interestingly enough, there has been fan art made of Mr. Touchums. I shit you not.
If I remember correctly, about 2 years ago, there was somebody actively hitting on the imagery of Mr. Touchums.
Yes, somebody crawled out of the sewer and told me that they would snoo Mr. Touchums, but so somebody, namely Mizuki Napier, Zeeps, went and made a Mr. Touchums crocheted doll with real, actual grease for stains on the fabric.
Beautiful.
And Mizuki was trying forever to send it to Arkoff, because Arkoff made Mr. Touchums, but Arkoff refused, saying that it had to be sent to Shahalem, since Shahalem created Mr. Touchums. And I believe Mizuki did eventually send it to Shahalem, and said Mr. Touchums is now currently being guarded by a small army of frogs. It is currently in containment.
Arkoff, like, I don't want that evil on me.
I mean, can you blame him?
Not really.
I mean, imagine if that was like real hot dog water as well.
The problem is it has to be greased from the manufacturer of the hot dog, or from, well,
But what kind of hot dog grease? Are we talking Bar S, Oscar Mayer?
German sausage.
It is apparently going to college with Shahalem's daughter this fall, and is currently still in containment.
So help me, if that thing comes with a 50-mile radius of me, I'm animating the bastard.
Oh no. It's going to school. It's gonna be on the rooftop with the ooh-woo face.
Bob, can we get a cut to that scene very quickly for like half a second? Ooh, Matrix. Thank you, Bob.
We need to make one of Mr. Touchums now.
Yes.
I mean, it should be fairly easy to do. That was the whole point of it there, Matrix.
Us shit posters are eating well tonight.
To think, Anon, it was almost not your problem. I almost got it this time. Okay, Willie, I have an honest question. How the fuck did you get that big?
He paid bits.
Ah.
Hey yo.
That's one of the new celebrations. You have to go into your bit menu. It is gigantify an emote for 30 bits.
If I had any bits, I'd immediately gigantify a bit.
That is, yes, Anon, that is horrifying.
I would like to... Willie, Those two GIF emotes go too well together. And I love it. Oh yes, no, that
A
Mr.
finger
Hudson
in
emote,
your chat. God damn it, Willie.
that Mr. Hudson's emote is beautifully, horrifyingly detailed.
Mm-hmm.
The man has corn pops for hair.
Citric does good work.
Bob, do we have the ability to shill Citric?
Yes.
Ooh. The man's going to come onto his Twitch later and be confused as fuck because there's going to be a shoutout on his panel.
I have to figure it out first, though.
No, no worries. Bob, I just had a terrifying thought. We might be close enough neighbors at this point in time that we can be in each other's mailboxes.
Hmm.
I mean, that is valid, Willie. I had to change mine from Runes of Wraithwall to Kite of Vismine for a list of reasons. One of them being, apparently Wraithwall is a very common username.
Hold up. Did Citric get rid of his Twitch account?
I remember seeing him on one of the M&W shows in the last month. But
No, I see it.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that was a nice takedown. Vegeta, it's Alpha, it's fine. There we go. Alpha, he didn't turn off the sun. What Solomon did is he turned off the heresy that is the electrical lights in the arena. Nope, somebody exploded. Exactly, Vegeta. That's why I'm saying you didn't turn off the sun. You shut off the heresy of electrical lights in the arena for a brief second. Yeah, and we're currently working on that, but we're using the old setup of the supernatural fuckery suppressing lights.
Yeah, apparently somebody reset my VIPs.
I will inform you, Bob, it was not me.
I blame VIP.
Offkey? Oh no.
No, all my VIPs are gone. All my artists are gone. I still have my mods, though.
I mean, I hope you still have your mods. I'm currently on the mod panel for you. The Thorn's just having a hard time of it, isn't he? Hello, Rosso.
My internet threw a fucky wucky there for a second.
Nah, you're fine.
I'm gonna blame El Albatross.
Albatross?
Albatross. Pronunciation hard.
¿Qué habla español?
Paquito.
Oh, good. Because I think Spanish is one of my weakest languages, right beside German.
Let me test something. I gotta see if if it still shows the artist on these things. Okay, so it does show the artist on the bits. Okay.
On the bits?
On the emotes. So I set the emote. I must have set the emote channel artist, but I didn't set the actual channel artists.
So that face mask that Osiris is wearing is an actual lifesaver for a facial modeling piece. Because Squinto and I had to use that in order to get the eyebrows to look like right on the egg.
I see the shitpost gremlins are already getting used to and experimenting with the new emotes and the new effects.
I mean, I 100% would, Bob. However, I would.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you fuckers do with M&W tomorrow. Because we have message effects, we have on-screen celebrations, and Gigantify an emote.
I mean, anytime Uncle comes on, I'm expecting an on-screen celebration at this point.
Speaking of which, I need to finish watching last week's Warzone.
Yeah, I know. I think Calvin said it's going to be on Tuesday this week instead of Monday because he has prior obligations.
Cam, I do have to ask, are we getting 2 counts for panty shots in this show, or are we just getting the 1?
And the interesting thing about that, Willie, it didn't show up on my side.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that on the mod screen at all.
But apparently on client side, it showed up.
Friends gets all the cocotul.
Which makes me wonder if it's going to show up in the VOD.
I personally didn't see it.
I mean, it might not show up on mobile right now. I'm not sure. Or are you on desktop there, Rosa?
Desktop.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on desktop as well. Oh, good. At least somebody saw it, so it wasn't a waste of bits.
Willie saw it. He paid for it.
I hope you saw it. If you pay for it and then you don't see it, it's gently irksome. I hate it, Willie. Thanks. Of everything you could have possibly spent, including the cursed shit you send at us.
That's an interesting one.
Okay.
I see the message effect.
Yeah, I do as well.
I see it.
Same.
So I have one instance of it open that is animated and another one that isn't. It could be? Oh. Yeah, no, you can pause it and reanimate it and play it again if it breaks.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna pause that again just to save on my bitrate. Yeah.
I am now level 8 and I have to worry about what spells I'm taking.
Congratulations, you've reached the fun side of the monster manual.
Yeah.
Don't know what to add though.
ASI is always good.
Huh?
What's good?
ASI.
I do not know what that is.
2 points.
Yeah, that. He's talking spells.
Yeah, I'm talking spells.
Oh.
Wizard.
What class?
Wizard.
Okay. You are level 7. That gets you up to
8.
level. You're level 8, so that means
4th level spells.
banishment.
Wow. Well, I mean, banishment is great because everyone can be affected by banishment in the Maelstrom.
Because right now, for 4th level spells I already have, it's Ice Storm and Secret Chest.
I love banishment. I love storm sphere. Fireball is 3. Cone of Cold is like 5 or 6.
Looking at Polymorph.
Polymorph is great.
Psychic Lance.
Yeah, Psychic Glance is real good.
I want to be able to level up my wizard so that I can get to chain lightning.
Also thought about dipping back into 3rd level to get Thunderstep.
Don't forget, you can always scribe new spells into your book.
Creatures and these concepts and constructs, your winner, Osiris. Sorry about that, I had to step away for a second.
I'm also wondering about a teleportation circle as well.
That's interesting.
Remember, if you cast it in the same spot for a year, it becomes permanent. Callie, just reading your comment real quick. It also depends on the conditions of signing the letter stroke contract to come to the Maelstrom, because some people have different conditions. Alright, we have enough female characters for a match. we have Emma Knight, we have Artemis Belmont, and we have Lexi Fawn, if I remember. Yes, Bob?
Yes, but Lexi hasn't been made yet.
Ah, that'll do it. Okay, Willie, I like that one.
Interesting.
It might be using a similar script to some of the ad insert scripts, which means an ad blocker might be nuking it, Willie.
Going great, summon Greater Demon at 4th level. Interesting choice.
How do you double check something?
Hope you got the spell component for it. I prefer a spell that makes I prefer my spells whenever I make that statement, it's fuck you. The spell I usually go for is animate objects. I will beat you to death with your own money. You see, Shay, for 10 copper, Digsby can dig a hole. For 10 copper, and with 10 copper, I can fill that hole.
Oh my.
You were saying something, Rosso?
I was going to say, speaking of money, someone scans the tour.
Oh?
Yeah, basically they gave him counterfeit money.
Ooh.
So, he's going to find out who it is.
I mean, it depends on how the money is counterfeit. Is it just bad coins, or is it actually they use distort value on the coins?
No, they literally gave me fake money. And it was several people, and some of the other stalls got hit, but I was the one that got hit the most. So...
That's not good.
And I've got to deal with this right as I'm about to go and deal with the thing. Right as the tour is about to deal with the thing. So, I'm gonna get this done. Go do the thing, and then
I admire how JC is able to do all this shit at the same time. Like, I am struggling just to do my posts in Massimo 4.
So, straight up, as I've said before many a time, I used to DM a campaign for a large number of people, like 10 to 15 people on average. It is not easy. So full kudos to you and JC for doing what you do, to Zacho as well as you can do it. Because it is not the easy thing to do.
Yeah, Callie, things like that have happened in Mask before too.
It's fun to spot the loners in each region.
The loners in my region are usually accompanied by NPCs.
I mean, to be fair, my accompaniment by NPCs is purely incidental at this point in time.
I'm currently trying to get a bunch of NPCs to help me around at the moment.
Don't you start that shit, Kayeth.
Start what now?
I see what you're fucking doing.
I didn't do shit. I typed one word into chat. Technically 2 words into chat.
Yeah, and those 2 very specific words do very specific things.
Yeah. Get loved, nerd.
Fuck off. I am supposed to be the one doing the shilling, not being shilled.
Wait, do I have that?
Oh, Matrix, I am excited for your group.
I have now become harder to hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Artemis Belmont.
I am happy that you lot have encountered the little dude.
Also, Bob, I have learned a new spell. It's called Inception.
Oh?
Yes.
Hmm. Squinto, seize that shit.
Leon, have fun with your metal glow stick. Alphabot is, Zombie is, Archeon is, and just...
Well, this is going to be interesting.
What? No. It's not like this is going to be a murder or anything.
Remember, my version is built much differently than M&W's version.
One of these men look like they just got flashbanged. I'm not going to say who.
And there's the belt that I had to put in to create the universe mode.
What's the CR of a giant ape?
4.
Wow. S2-W8 was Caleb.
Ah.
They're twice as concerning as I thought they were.
That is the Nature Championship, by the way.
It depends on the ape as well.
That is the Nature Championship, a belt that has already been won. And I didn't realize it until after I made the damn thing.
You're going to have to forcefully remove it from him, aren't you?
No.
Yeah. There's something unnatural about Grim with the nature belt.
Uh-huh.
He's a force of nature.
No, Straw Hat. This is we finished week 8.5. Now we're doing dark matches.
Hey, yo.
I didn't want to do like 2 matches and then just send everybody on their way.
Grim knows many doors, that boy. Ah, there's a flashbang.
Reminder, folks, subscribe to the Maelstrom Patreon, and you too can be in live commentary.
Correct.
All for $1 singular. Or whatever the equivalent is in your neck of the woods.
Tree fitting.
Do not give tree fitting to the Loch Ness Monster. Have you lost your mind?
That wasn't tree fitty, it was too fitty. I didn't have the extra well at the That said, I had a bit of a laugh yesterday. I got a piece of spam email that was literally for someone trying to send me tree fitty.
Huh.
Yeah, Willie, it does. Which the Canadian dollar sucks even more right now because we are a 0.1 resource supplier. I'm sorry, Sandman. Varesh is going to die.
I've genuinely enjoyed the evolution of Dr. Grim from his V1 version to now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what I've been able to hunt down and see has been great.
The original Marine Grim was 5 feet tall.
Because everyone else was super giants.
Back in the meta. Version 1 was a tiny high flyer to try to counter all the heavyweights. Then everybody switched to super heavyweights to try to counter the high flyers. Then I switched to technical submission wrestlers to counter the super heavyweights. It was a giant game of cat and mouse.
Bob, do we have a football ramp for Captain?
Yes. That's not the fluffball ram. There's the fluffball ram.
Now this current iteration of Grim, 'cause if I remember correctly, his last iteration, like, didn't his like entire arm get blown off or something, and like the artifact that he was wielding that gave him like his claw power just was destroyed.
So, what happened was the last iteration of Grim, which is the version that I'm using for my PNG avatar, is he lost his arm during the explosion of the device. Believe it or not, Grim has suffered quite a bit in various explosions.
I mean, as a mad scientist, it's kind of part of the profession.
Mm-hmm. So going from version 3 to version 4, the 5-foot tall Grim to like the 6-foot tall Grim, he lost an eye and he lost an arm, which he had to upgrade with a bioorganic arm, which was the claw, because the armor was a bioorganic suit that was built with him.
Was that from destroying Lucha Underground?
That was...
Or something different?
No, that was after the Inquisition. So after Grim killed Tomasian Graves, or led the trap that killed Tomasian Graves, he vanished for a while. Because he had to use the device, which was the Warp Gate Destabilizer, to retrieve the corpse of Mr. Tutchums from between the fabrics of between the fabric of the multiverse, between the timelines, because Helix, upon the death of Mr. Tutchums, yeeted that bitch between realities.
I mean, it's a good form of containment, but it's prone to leaking.
Mm. So Grim had to use the Warp Gate Destabilizer, which was why he had the Warp Gate Hardcore Championship earlier in the Inquisition arc. He needed the energy from the Warp Gate Hardcore belt to create the Warp Gate Destabilizer to get the corpse of Mr. Tutchums, to be able to not only get the corpse of Mr. Tutchums. I did build this Grim to be beaten.
Fair enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, your winner. Oh.
And in a textbook Grim move.
Yep.
Because I remember OG Grim had like the black and red suit, which
Yep.
was actually a lot of people used that particular suit back then. I know XR used it and Grim used it.
Their actual storyline why XR and Grim both had the same thing.
And then he went from black and red to black and white.
Yep.
And then because I think that the black and white was what he had during the Inquisition arc, and then
Yep.
after the Inquisition arc is when he had, when he became the Grim that you have as your model.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly.
Sandman, because RNG, my dude. This was just what I have is just the base Grim that was made for formatting. It hasn't been upgraded with all the modifications that it needed to be made for M&W.
A proto-Grim, if you will.
But so it went thinking for a second. So the reason why XR Kun and Grimm had the same armor was because Grimm took the armor from the corpse of Exarchun from another multiverse. That was one of the reasons why they had their feud very early into Lucha Underground. Because Grimm and Exar have been beefing with each other across the multiverse. So it went from red and black armor, then it went to the super shiny red and black armor, which gave it like the Power Ranger like movie style armor. Then it went to white and black, which was the Inquisition arc. So, dull red and black was Lucha Underground. Shiny red and black was the birth of M&W. The Inquisition arc was white and black. The revamp lab was with the was New Four Horsemen and Faces of Fear. And then this newest version is the Seven Seals Grimm. At Multivania 6, when Storyteller rigged the device to explode and detonated the device, it cost Grimm about 30 to 40% of his left side. If you remember that Multivania, I have a question for all of you. M&W fans, after that match happened, after the match of Kane getting the upset over Grimm, who remembers what Grimm's next message to the multiverse was?
Wasn't it tell Warfist I'm sorry, or was that after?
That was it. The message was, Warfist, I'm sorry. Leave the Nexus and do not return. Or it was, Warfist, leave the Nexus, do not return. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because the man knew that the Nexus was about to implode, and he had to get the one person that he gives a fuck about out of the multiverse. He sent that text while he was in the middle of bleeding to death, laying on the lab floor. That was the first draft of the seventh seal being broken.
There have been 3 since.
Mm-hmm.
I like my theory that the seventh seal is what's at the end of the Under.
Interesting theory. What, you think that the plot twist is at the bottom of the Under?
That would be interesting.
I mean, all of the old guard are wanting to go to the Under again, which I'm not surprised about.
To be fair, nobody ever made it to all the way.
Bob's banned from the Under still.
I'm convinced. Like, the Murder Cave made every single creation for the Under. We made Ouroboros. We made Aurum and God, what is the other brother's name?
are you talking about the dwarf twins?
The dragons. They were dragonborn.
Oh,
One was silver, one
That-
was gold.
The double dragons.
Yeah. One is Aurum. That was the gold one. Argentum, thank you. Aurum and Argentum.
Gold ore?
Yeah, they were based off of the alchemical symbol for gold and silver.
Aurum. Okay.
And then of course there was good old Nargul.
And then there was Nargul. Nargul was the final stop, was the final gatekeeper before the bottom of the under. And I am still convinced. I am convinced that I have something to do with the bottom of the under. That Grimm is somehow tied to the bottom of the under. I don't know how. I don't know why. But there is a reason that Taka would not let me compete in the under, ever. Like, I asked multiple times to go to the under. But I was... during that time, I was jobbing during the Inquisition arc. And I wasn't allowed to go there. Hey, hey Vegeta, where do you think they got the characters from? Those two are literally based on the double dragons from the under.
I'm also sensing a little bit of Dragon Ball GT in there as well.
How so?
The two dragons, you know, the Evil Dragon saga.
Yeah.
The two dragon brothers.
Dunno. I think they wanted to play off of the rhyme whenever it comes to silver and gold.
Then, of course, wasn't Ogre basically like the entry gate?
Yep. King Ogre was the gatekeeper.
All I know at this point in time is I'm banned from the under because Osmond was made to be a permanent jobber outside of story beats.
I miss Ogre.
So it was originally supposed to be where you had to win a 8-man Royal Rumble match with Ogre in the match to get to level 1, where you would have to face Ouroboros. But eventually people just gave up on Ogre, and they just went right to Ouroboros.
It was like roguelike rules, right? Like if you got defeated, you had to go all the way back.
You could, you didn't have to... It was kind of roguelite, but you didn't have to, like, start over once you lost. Like, if you got to level 3, you could go right to level 3, but you cannot compete again until somebody else was, competed against that person.
There are a lot of NPCs from back then that I miss.
Mm-hmm.
Black Hole.
Yeah. And for some reason, I was the one that got all those various NPCs shoved into my faction.
What was it? It was when Grimm took over the Ascension. It was him, Black Hole, Ogre,
Convict 311.
Yep. Who eventually became Hightower.
Uh-huh. I eventually got removed at the end.
I feel like there was one more, but I can't remember. And then you formed, what was it, the Order with, it was you, Kane, and somebody else that I can't remember.
Storyteller.
Storyteller, that's right.
So it was after the Ascension was destroyed at like Multivania 2 with Zacho coming out. Basically, we were in a rivalry with the Faces of Fear, and whoever won that series would have a lasting ramifications on the game. So, if the Ascension would have won that game, if the Ascension would have won that match, we would have had a lasting impression. Because the thing about that up to that point was every victory that the Ascension got, we did damage to the Faces of Fear. And every win that the Faces of Fear did, they did damage to us, so to say. We were focusing on one particular person. So we were, the Ascension was eroding and destroying the morale of one particular person in the Faces of Fear, which was a key indicator in Grimm's plan. Do you know who that person was?
I want to say Lucian.
Mm-mm.
Trying to remember.
Who quit right after the Ascension imploded?
Was it the main man?
He quit later on.
Um.
Helix.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Helix was the linchpin in Grimm's plans in Lucha Underground.
I always forget that Helix was part of the Faces of Fear.
Lucius was the one that gave Helix's mask.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Marcus Alster and Imperial Nimbus.
Lucius. Go ahead.
I thought I remembered that like Helix went on like some sort of like a quest for the mask, or maybe I'm misremembering. Because I know Hyrule did that for the Beast mask.
So Lucius fucked up Helix so bad in a cage match that Helix had to start wearing the mask immediately after.
Interesting. I don't remember. I guess part of my brain doesn't remember, like, never remembers Helix without a mask. Like, I'm always used to seeing him with one.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it like, I want to say it's like magically fused to his face, but I highly doubt that's the case.
There's pins and stuff that is attaching it to his face. But it can be removed. In fact, Helix has had a Blank versus Mask match in the past. Helix has wagered his mask previously.
We skipped over.
I think I remember one Multivania where he.
We skipped over Vantheo's match, but I don't want to risk him being in the wrong attire.
Fair. Oh, it's one of those. Okay. I see. War games.
I do like that we have a generic War Games match. Or rather, a generic War Games arena.
Hey, Bob. Can we go the alt costume pre-egg, or is that too late? There we go. Yeah, no, because Yig doesn't have a pay-per-view costume. He literally has the costume he wears and the costume he wears reverse. slice of pizza somewhere.
So, the entire plan with Grimm's Grimm's master plan at the very beginning of like Lucha Underground that Zacho ended up stopping was Grimm was focusing on Helix. And him and the Ascension was slowly working on Helix to cut him away from the rest of the Faces of Fear, to basically take control of Helix and use his destructive power to destroy the world. If the Faces of Fear would have lost that Multivania match, Helix would have joined the Ascension and things would have gotten very, very bad in Lucha Underground. But because that's the way it happened, the Ascension dissolved and Grimm shifted gears from destroying the world to destroying Lucha Underground and thus making the Nexus. Grimm is the one that created the Nexus.
I mean, he probably knows more about the Nexus than anybody else.
Uh-huh. And since he created the Nexus, he has been spending the last 7 Multivanias slowly but surely manipulating everything, manipulating the strings to destroy the 7 gates, the 7 seals of the multiverse. All for one goal.
Finally taste a real Twinkie bar.
Find out why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It'd be funny to have it be something dumb like that.
Grim, why are you so evil? I haven't had my lunch in 13 years.
Nah, he just wants to get 5 inches taller.
Again? Fuck, man.
So, I know. Huh. Funny how we're starting off with these two. So, I know what is behind the 7th seal. I know what the plot twist is. I'm the one that suggested the plot twist. Which makes it very interesting, because the 7 Seals is a Multivania thing, and what's fucking coming up?
Ooh, right. There's another Multivania, what, next month? Or is it in August this year?
It's August.
August.
Okay.
What iteration of Multivania will it be?
It's Multivania 8.
Ah, yes. 8. The number of restarting. New beginning.
Multivania 8, the Ocho.
Yes.
We need to have we need to have an 8-man showcase match featuring every single version of Chris Jericho in his career.
Wait.
Fucking Cactus Jack just comes down the ramp 8 times.
Korn's sacred number is 8.
I mean, we have been broadcasting chaos recently.
Funny that.
Korn, the Harvester, God of Soldiers, War, and Fall. Or
I mean,
thought
what was it? Wasn't it UCW that had the old Warhammer Chaos Gods involved in its storyline?
Yes. And at one point, Grimm was supported by all 4 Chaos Gods at the same time.
Grim is Chaos Unified. Got it.
And then he got betrayed by all 4 of them at the same time.
Chaos Unified. Got it.
And then then after he was, let's see, after his arm got taken and destroyed, and he got left on the middle of a comet by his fucking self by the Chaos Gods, he started serving the fifth Chaos God.
Chaos Unified. Got it.
Bastral?
Malal, I think?
Malal is one of the names. There's like 4 different names for him in canon and out of canon. Because again, the canon doesn't like the 5th Chaos God. He's not as popular.
Yeah, Vastral's wanting to become a Chaos God, I know.
I remember, what was it? Wasn't it was Citra King that got, like, killed by Lucius Constantine and thrown out the airlock, and then he eventually, like, was saved by, I think it was it Korn or Slanesh?
Slanesh. It was Slanesh. Let's see, JC Doodle. Raphael Sampson was Zinch. I was originally Zinch before he kicked the shit out of me and took the title. Slanesh was Citra King. I think Grizzly was Korn. And after I got the shit kicked out of me by Raphael for Zinch, I went over to, I think, Malal.
Didn't Necron become a Chaos God in UCW canon?
Necrom was, like, one of the 4, Sentinel directions, like, one of the 4 leaders. There was, like, 4 great schools, the School of the North, South, East, and West.
Oh, that's right, and every school had a champion.
Uh-huh.
Because I remember, Necron was 1.
Necrom was West, I think. Arkoff was, like, North.
And I believe the MVP was 1 as well.
Uh-huh.
And then I don't remember who the last one is.
Arkoff's champion was Mr. Tutchums.
Vegeta found it, by the way, Bob. 5th Chaos God used to be Malal before Game Workshop found it. Malal was copyrighted, changed it to Malice, but he's been decanonized.
Ah. I think Mega Blitz went up to the School of the North to talk to Arkoff, and the place was attacked by Mughals. So it cut to a vent, and the vent opened up, and Mr. Tutchums emerged from a vent with a dead Mughal hanging from his mouth. That is the most visceral description that Zacho has ever given, and I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, wasn't I know Lord Shax was also involved. There was some Destiny lore in UCW as well.
Yes.
We're currently in the Dark Show there, Robot. Deep in it.
And UCW is where the bots ended up coming from. Botch.
Ah, yeah.
I am happy that they managed to get a good. They managed to have their proper ending and their proper epilogue.
I know. I remember. I remember because I had submitted Graven for UCW for to Zacho, and he had me as kind of like this heel slash tweener, and I was called the unkillable Graven Allen, and I had like a small run with I think it was one of the mid card belts. I think it was the Colonial Championship. It was either the Colonial Championship or it was another one of the mid card belts. I don't remember. I've been waiting. Which, by the way, I've been waiting for like the perfect moment to like make a reference to that in like actual MNW canon.
Right. Have you seen the latest M&W? There, Chocolate Zombie?
Which one? Warzone or Flashbang?
Warzone.
Yes.
So you saw...
It's been a week, so my memory is a little fuzzy.
You revealed.
Oh, yeah, yep, I know that. I saw it. Exactly as planned.
What's up, Robot? Good to see you, my dude.
Because, for those not in the know, basically Graven's been calling out Subjacks on Flashbang for, like, months now, and we're finally kicking that story into high gear.
Oh, that is beautifully brutal.
You had perfect timing last week, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's been Graven's MO now for the better part of, like, 2 years, is he's been wanting to face ex-world champions as sort of like a training arc to, like, prove that he can still, you know, prove that he can win the big one. Ginger Boy was one, Nero was next, and then I had the fight with Vic. Artemis got involved in that one. No. Yeah, I had Artemis, and then I challenged the Outlaws to a tag match, and that was after the Troll Train had gone over to Warzone. And then I fought Vic, and then Artemis interfered. Had the match with him. And then I fought. Who else did I fight?
Apparently, Ash is telling you it's time to stop.
And now I'm going against Subjack, so yay. There's still plenty of people that are on my list of people that I want Graven to go against. Helix has been on my list for a very long time, but it's just a matter of when Bosco was willing to pull that trigger.
Oh, go for Helix for Multivania. Go for the streak.
Oh, believe me, well... I think, because I think Bosco said something about Helix was already going to be in plans for this Multivania. Because I'm facing Semjax at the Future Shock pay-per-view. So, I mean, it's possible I could talk to him about it, but that would be very interesting. The ultimate way to prove that you're ready for to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Beat the streak of Helix sucks. Which, by the way, that's going to be a huge pop in the community when somebody finally does that.
It's going to be as big as when Daverboy took down Ogre.
Daverboy squashed the fuck out of Ogre. I remember that.
Ogre just had that monster curse championship run, and then here comes Daverboy just out of nowhere. Just completely, just one off, just KOs him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ogre, 13 defenses, none of them were close. Like, he was just murking fools, and then here comes Daverboy and just absolutely annihilates Ogre.
The RNG of the early days was kind of fun. But RNG gives and RNG taketh away at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember early days Ozir was like considered unbeatable because nobody had put anything into armed submission, so he was like destroying people left and right.
Him and Alba both.
I will say that of the RNG wins I've gotten, I'm still surprised that Osmond won over Albatross, even if it wasn't the original one that caused all the mayhem.
Like, at this point, I don't even care about the world title anymore. I feel like I don't need it to be relevant, you know?
The belts are nice story drivers, but some characters are better to not have belts. Not everyone in the show needs to be a champion.
Yeah, like right now, Grim still has the Nexus Titan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know, like, him and Kane for the Nexus Titan, that was a big story that had been building for years.
Which one, at Multivania or at Ohio? No, not Ohio Valley Slaughter. Ohio Valley was when I kicked the shit out of Rosso.
I mean, I did say it was going to be a canon event, and that was true.
Yep. I kicked your ass so bad you went and had to rebuild yourself.
No, I just went on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, my perspective was, okay, fine. Whoever takes it, that's it. I'm not too fast. I got the acolyte. I am not bothered. It was basically a case of I do not care how fast I lose that thing.
All I do is just talk mad shit and watch.
Real question, folks should be asking is, what is Grim doing with the belt?
Learning things.
When the last time he had a belt, he used it to make the Warp Gate destabilizer. He took the Curse Championship that he got via Tomasi and Graves, and he used it to make his new gauntlet. Think about what he's making with the new belt. A belt that is the Nexus Titan Championship. And he is actively trying to get past the 7th seal into the heart of the Nexus. I don't go after belts for no reason, y'all.
I thought I was just gonna have mine for about like 4 months. And 3 years later.
Uh-huh.
I mean, your problem, Squinto, is you make promos too well.
You're too valuable in your position. You're never going to get a promotion. Dude, you talk about the streak of Helix being beaten. When Vic eventually goes down, the pop is going to be outstanding.
Watch this, nobody actually beat fucking Vic. It ends up being a story beat where he just can't go up for the belt.
I'd want somebody to beat Vic.
No, even better. Vic does the finger poke of doom.
Oh no. I have had the theory of Alexis cashing in and making it, and before the match, Vic's championship match is over, and makes it a 3-way a la Seth Rollins did against Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at, was it WrestleMania 40?
I mean, that is in the showcase in 44. Bosco could easily mod that in.
Vic has been shown to be beatable, but he's still holding on to that belt with all the ferocity and fairness of an irate chimpanzee.
See if I fucking hire Red Star Roman to do anything else but judo.
Also, can we give kudos to Squinto? Because Gig has been doing absolute rounds in this match.
You say that and you immediately take the dive.
Of course. Yeah, no. Gig was fighting literally everyone in that match at any given point in time. I'm not surprised he's the one who did it.
The IRL Tonta body.
Oh yeah, no fun. If I have anything, it is timing.
And it's Ash.
And to be fair, it was via Ash. And if anyone was going to pin Yig, it was going to be Ash.
Ash remembers from my playtest. You getting the roll-up pin on him for the win.
Yeah. How are you doing there, Bob?
I'm doing good. I've been going 2.5 hours. It's hot as hell.
Yes, it is.
We've been doing this for a while. I think I'm going to raid somebody and go take a nap in a nice, cool, dark-ass room.
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
I have an unusual ask for you.
Uh-huh.
It was my mother's birthday not long ago.
Uh-huh.
Can I convince you to raid her, or do you want to raid somebody from the community?
Is she streaming right now?
She's currently streaming.
Pass me her name. Why not?
Cardoodle, CARDOOD Lez.
Oh, that's ah, that's the person that that was advertising in your stream.
Yes.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't mind if you don't stay to say hi to my mother. Just give her a happy belated birthday for me. It will make her day because she's had a rough time of it recently.
I want to take a moment. I would like to thank each and every single one of you for coming in, hanging out, goofing off, having some fun. And I want to thank all of you. We're going to be doing some more streams later on. Who knows when? Tuesday maybe? Wednesday? I don't know. I got some new streams in mind. But we're going to be keeping on with the old streams and adding some more. But for now, send our love. And wish Kaya's mother a happy belated birthday. And until then, we'll see you next time, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.